Check 1 2, check. Check 1 2. 1 2, check 1 2. 1 2, check 1 2.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the University of Arizona College of Medicine Phoenix Commencement. Go ahead and please take your seats. The procession will enter the auditorium shortly. Leaders, faculty, and graduates will take their places and the ceremony will begin. For your convenience, the University of Arizona photographers will capture the ceremonial moments throughout the event. The recording of the ceremony will be available on the college's YouTube channel later this evening. Out of respect for the graduates and speakers, we ask that you silence your phone and hold all of your applause until the end. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Class of 2022 Commencement Ceremony. My name is Dr. Guy Reed, and I serve as Dean of the College of Medicine, Phoenix. Would you please keep standing with me to welcome Jenna DeBalso, who's going to sing our national anthem. Jenna?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jenna. Please be seated. We are honored to have students, family, friends, and loved ones here with us today. We hold this ceremony in the shadow of a thriving modern city, Phoenix, signifying our commitments to innovation and progress. Yet we wear ancient regalia, demonstrating that we are faithful to our values of humanism, honor, compassion, and professionalism. We have a cherished tradition of processing from the campus along the streets of Phoenix, led by a pipe and drum corps, celebrating the culmination of the medical journey of our graduates alongside those who have loved and supported them every step. We have witnessed extraordinary moments that will define and continue to define the role and value of physicians in treating disease, discovering new therapies, addressing health disparities, educating the public, and fighting for social justice. I am so appreciative to our students, faculty, staff, and partners who orchestrated today's celebration. It is a testament to our culture of dedication and innovation for which our college is known. We are also blessed to have tremendous leadership here at the University of Arizona. I'd like to acknowledge our leaders who will stand and remain standing as they are recognized. Dr. Larry Pendley, Regent of the Arizona Board of Regents. Dr. Liesl Folk, Provost of the University of Arizona. Dr. Michael Dake, Senior Vice President for the University of Arizona Health Sciences. Dr. Katie Bright Hillis, Interim Senior Associate Dean of Academic Affairs. Dr. Stephanie Briney, Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Dr. Paul Stanley, Associate Dean for Curricular Affairs and Program Evaluation. Dr. Laura Mercer, Interim Associate Dean, Clinical and Competency-Based Education, Years 3 and 4. Dr. Jennifer Mark Hill, Interim Associate Dean, Clinical and Competency-Based Education, Years 1 and 2. Dr. Glenn Fogarty, Associate Dean of Admissions and Recruitment. Dr. Cheryl O'Malley, Associate Dean of Graduate and Medical Education. Dr. Chris Klimbotsky, Associate Dean for Research. And Francisco Lucio Esquire, Associate Dean for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. In particular, I would also like to acknowledge the College of Medicine Phoenix department chairs and distinguished leaders who are with us here today. And it is my honor to welcome our commencement speaker, Dr. Mary O'Reilly. Leaders, please be seated. During the past 4 years, another very distinguished group has played a critical role in the personal and professional lives of today's graduates. To our faculty, I am sure I speak for all of our graduates when I say thank you for your invaluable contributions as teachers and as mentors. Our faculty work closely with an outstanding staff who also have contributed significantly to their education. Graduates, I am confident that this moment in your lives would not have been possible without the limitless love and support from the family and friends who are here to celebrate with you today. Please join me in expressing our appreciation for their tremendous contribution. Thanks to you all. Now, class, a few thoughts and reflections. Today, you will hear many wise words from our speakers, from your faculty, from your family, from your friends. With all that's going on today, you may not remember all of those wise words, but as Maya Angelou said, I think you will remember how they made you feel. I want you to have 3 feelings today: elation, gratitude, commitment. First, elation, joy, almost ecstasy. This is a moment to celebrate your triumph. After all, the odds have been stacked against many of you. In so many ways, collectively, one or more of you have overcome family tragedies, financial troubles, illness, broken relationship, racism, discrimination, doubt, so many, many personal and existential challenges. But you beat the odds. You've accomplished the unlikely, the improbable. You have succeeded. You endured, you transformed. And more importantly, you grew professionally, personally, ethically. And in doing all of that, you made us proud, and we stand before you today sharing this elation and joy of your triumph. And as this sense of elation and triumph electrifies your brain, it triggers other neuronal connections, feelings of gratitude, appreciation, thankfulness, flashes of memory and recognition, remembrance of things past, profound, deep memories of all of those who helped, who carried you forward, who lifted you up, who made it possible. Your loved ones who saw your promise from many, many years ago, who made sacrifices, personal accommodations, thousands of little selfless actions to move your dreams forward, to support your progress. The ones who believed in you when others doubted, when even you doubted. The ones who tolerated your flaws, who stuck by you through thick and thin, in good times and in bad. Your colleagues sitting with you today, who sustained you, who gently upbraided you so that you could grow together. Faculty, staff, our whole college, in fact, who committed each day to help you become an exceptional physician. And more than that, as represented before you today, the University of Arizona, the Arizona Board of Regents, our city of Phoenix, our Arizona community, who believed in you and supported you through their hard work, their financial generosity. And as this sense of deep and profound gratitude rushes through your brain, it triggers another profound and moving recognition, a deep and abiding feeling, commitment, owning it, stepping forward, accepting responsibility, taking on the mantle. Today is your ordination. It's your investiture. Today you wear the robes of an ancient and noble profession, informed by humanism, rooted in science, committed to healing, and to the service of others. Today you stand before the world and read aloud for the world to hear your oath, the one that you wrote together, your pledge to serve humanity as healers, promote health equity and justice, pursue lifelong learning and innovation, become better. You are making a commitment to serve, to make the world better, healthier place for all of us. And since this may be the last time that many of us get to see you for a while, I'd like to leave you with a blessing inspired by the book of Numbers and the poet Bob Dylan. Why are people laughing? Bob Dylan. So, may the Lord bless you, keep you. May all your dreams come true. May you always do for others and let others do. May you grow to be righteous, dignified, and true. May love ever be with you and inspire all that you do. May you always heal those in need and help those with less than you. And wherever you are called to serve, class of 2022, we, the College of Medicine Phoenix, we will always be here for you. Now I'd like to invite our provost, Dr. Liesl Folk, to extend a welcome from the University of Arizona. Dr. Folks?
Good afternoon. My name is Liesl Folks, and as the Provost and Chief Academic Officer of the University of Arizona, I'm thrilled to be here with you to celebrate the class of 2022. University President, Dr. Robert Robbins, sends his apologies. He regrets that he could not be here with you today and sends his most heartfelt congratulations. At the University of Arizona, we are driven by our purpose to expand human potential, by working together, exploring new horizons, and enriching life for all. Class of 2022, what an incredible time to be practicing medicine. Could we have imagined 4 short years ago that your education would include a global health pandemic? The COVID-19 crisis impacted the world and claimed almost 1 million American lives, including 30,000 in Arizona. To date, there have been 81 million people infected with the coronavirus. The virus has taken an unmeasurable toll on numerous aspects of our lives, including mental health. Many of us have answered the call to fight the pandemic by staying home and masking up, but you, class of 2022, took heroic steps in this fight. Through the COVID-19 Student Corps, you helped to provide community aid, helpline support, PPE donations, and so much more. You truly embody the Wildcat spirit of care, and we are deeply proud of you for your service. To all our healthcare workers, we offer our sincerest gratitude. The last 2 years of your medical training have no doubt been one for the history book. We're inspired by you and the future you will create. As you make your way in the world, you will undoubtedly continue to learn much, much, much more. You'll gain new experience, skills, make new connections, and you will continue to learn about who you are and what you want to contribute to the world. As you forge ahead, always remember our Wildcat values of integrity, compassion, exploration, adaptation, inclusion, and determination. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Through the pandemic, we've realized just how precious it is to have that support network around us. You've also learned to be incredibly flexible, I recognize, and adapt under the most trying of circumstances. Take that with you, for it will bring you strength when you are tried again, and you will be again and again. Explore that world and be curious, because now it is starting to open up to us again, and it is a joy to be out in the world and to be here with all of you and your loved ones. Surround yourself with diverse cultures and perspectives, for it's when we step out of our comfort zones that we can truly drive change. Your generation has endured major global events, and they are clearly not behind us yet. But with grit and determination, you've persevered to this point, and I am confident you will persevere forward. In times of struggle, remember that you can do hard things, and I hope you'll hold on to your sense of wonder. Because, Wildcats, it's now time to take the reins. Keep your values close to your heart, and success will always find you. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Provost Folk. And now it's my pleasure to invite Regent Larry Penley to extend greetings to our distinguished graduates on behalf of the Arizona Board of Regents. Regent Penley.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reed. On behalf of the Arizona Board of Regents, the governing body of our state's public universities, I welcome you and congratulate you as you arrive at this most important transition in your lives. You graduate in a time that has been a bit challenging. I think I've been, since I was a regent, except for the pandemic, to every medical school graduation. It was so good today to walk behind that band again, to parade down the street, and to see those of you who will graduate here today as your predecessors did. It's a wonderful time. I'm optimistic for you. You hold great promise for all of us. I know the pandemic has been difficult for each one of us, difficult for society in so many ways. I wish it were over. It's not. As we face that challenge, the widened threat of war is also there. But when I say I am optimistic for you, I remain optimistic for you and for our society. You are scientifically trained people who bring solutions, new therapies, new approaches to deal with disease, things that we lacked just a year ago or a few years ago. Because of skilled, brave physicians who have been around you and taught you, we have better health care with each passing year. We will need that knowledge and skill that you have gained, and you will continue to gain in the next immediate years ahead and as you move into practice. New diseases, new therapies, new threats, these will arrive. We know that. The conditions that led to COVID, and before that, when I was a university president, to SARS, remain with us. As a friend of mine, a veterinary virologist, said, well, Larry, we still have the 3 Ps. And I said to him, what are the 3 Ps? He said, we have people living with pigs and poultry, people, pigs, and poultry. So long as in Africa and Asia, people, pigs, and poultry live together, we'll have new viruses and new challenges. But you have something that matters enormously: education and growing skill. You understand that continued learning and new skill development will be essential. But this is not a time to think about the pandemic. It's a time to think about that Scottish band, the pipes and drums, and the joy that we're with here today. So on behalf of my fellow regents, I say to each of you, congratulations.
Thank you, Regent Penley. I am delighted now to present the Stuart D. Flynn Master Educator Award to recognize an outstanding teacher from among our faculty. Dr. Flynn was an excellent and dedicated teacher who served as Dean of the College through its formative years. The recipient of this award is selected by the graduating student, you all, as someone who exemplifies the dedication, hard work, compassion, discipline that it takes to be a great educator. This year's winner is Dr. Rebecca Fisher. As you know, Dr. Fisher is director of the Gross Anatomy Laboratory at the college and serves as interim co-chair of the Department of Basic Medical Science. She was recruited at the very beginning of the college in 2006 as one of its earliest faculty members. She's a trailblazer. She was named a fellow of the American Association for Anatomy in 2021. She is only one of 5 fellows admitted last year, the first Latina to make that esteemed cohort of 100 scientists who have earned the rank of fellow in the association's 130-year history. She's an award-winning anatomy instructor, a renowned researcher. She brings our students to become physician scientists who bring a strong understanding of the scientific underpinnings of medicine and the human condition to their treatment. Here's what you all have said about Dr. Fisher. Dr. Fisher played a pivotal role in the development of my medical school education and as a researcher. She has left a lasting impression on my class and is one of the gems of the University of Arizona College. Dr. Fisher went above and beyond as imparting not only anatomical knowledge, but also resilience and other life skills. On behalf of the college, congratulations, Dr. Fisher. Unfortunately, Dr. Fisher is not able to be with us today, but I know that she is watching us in spirit, and she will see the recording of this event. So all of our best and gratitude to Dr. Fisher. And now I know you've been looking forward to this. I'm going to introduce the student speaker who was selected by all of you in the class of 2022 to provide the student commencement address. Please welcome me, please help me welcome Luke Wolford as he shares the student address. Welcome, Luke.
We're all lucky here, including myself, singing. The first thing I wanted to say today is thank you. Thank you to my class for voting me here, even though I know you're tired of me. And that this is somewhat of a technicality because Dar is. We love you, President, and his soothing words. I hope. But sincerely, thank you, my family, for always supporting me. Of course, my deep gratitude to all my classmates, all of our teachers, patients, staff, for giving us an education that lets us do what we love. These have been the most impactful 4 years. Writing a speech about what united our experience here proved to be pretty difficult. I think that's because we all experienced it. But I know we all had the fear of God instilled in us when Dr. Mom told us for an ROS on the first week of it. And we all sat silent pauses, that one, during Beta's lectures, thinking about ethics. And who really heard heart sound squatting with patients? Overwhelming attempts not to fall on our butt. But the last 4 years of medical school were hard on us. Our support systems became all the more important, and we had, of course, grow, partners, family members, babies, most fertile class, maybe, and some of us lost our. But through it all, we always had our class chosen. And after all, aren't we the most supportive class? So when we matriculated, our Dean of Admissions, Dr. Fogarty, was famous for bestowing upon each class superlative. Most attractive class was already taken, so at least that's what we told ourselves. So we got most supportive. But I'm impressed with how early and accurately that described. Our Facebook page became a chance to find solidarity and have any of our questions answered. Our mandatory sessions became chances to catch up. And our exchange smiles at hospitals, the best part of our day is laugh about how. And I catch myself missing the time that simple idea like going to for a long week through a quarter of our and reserving a small kitchen and room for Friendsgiving was completely overwhelmed. As we look forward, our new careers will cease to become a group of people, city at the time, but we still have our chance and privilege to retain our nickname as most supportive class by supporting our. I already know that we're up to this challenge because we can all think of our own. I wanted to share one of my favorite stories that I don't think I've told a lot of people. On one of our rotations with 2 other classmates, we had the opportunity to help repair some cuts. Now, for those of you who don't know, being able to do something with your hands in medical school is a highlight of your week because you've been nodding and flashcards and multiple choice exams for several years. So naturally, the 3 of us were excited to put up the work. But when we went into the patient's room, we quickly saw how nervous about the needles. And without a word to either of us, one of my classmates took the patient's hand, walked them through and having their hand held was all the support. And I know that all of us can that from our. I came to medical school relatively naive field. Most of my skills was spent in the EMS snack room, and that wasn't really telling of the rest of my medical school experience. But I knew that scrubs, my favorite, was told to me to be the most indicative. But I think we can all relate to my favorite quote, where JD, a young doctor, talking to a patient, says, "Seems really young. Are you a good doctor?" And he says, "Kind of too soon to." So, while meant to be funny, I think that quote really represents humility and the understanding that we all have a lot to learn. And so class of 2020, probably too soon to tell what type of doctor as well. Our first day. Even though our journeys to this room today varied wildly between us, our paths coincided the last 4 years. And honored to have you as colleagues, classmates. Not, we're all going to be incredible. Above all, thank you for having me, and again, congratulations.
Thank you, Luke. Your words really conveyed the sense of the class. I'd like to present to you, in commemoration of your excellent speech, this plaque. Congratulations. It is now my extreme pleasure to introduce you to our 2022 commencement speaker, Dr. Mary O'Reilly. Dr. O'Reilly earned her doctorate degree in chemistry and material science from Trinity College in Dublin. She serves as Vice President of Bioscience Research Programs with the Flynn Foundation. Dr. O'Reilly and the Flynn Foundation are valued partners of the college and of the University of Arizona. She oversees the Foundation's basic and translational research programs, leading scientific research collaborations, and emerging grant opportunities in the biomedical research sector. The goal is to create momentum for translation and entrepreneurship that will strengthen the bioscience research ecosystem and healthcare across Arizona. Throughout a distinguished career, Dr. O'Reilly has worked across academic, industry, governance, philanthropy sectors to build relationships, perform transformational research, foster innovation, and commercialization. Building healthy communities is a tremendous endeavor that cannot be achieved alone. College of Medicine is grateful to have Dr. O'Reilly and the Flynn Foundation working together with us to improve health for Arizona. Please come to the podium, Dr. O'Reilly.
Okay, well, thank you for having me today. And Luke, I'm certainly not going to be able to do as good a job as you, so well done. But Dean Reed, Regent Penley, Provost Folks, Dr. Dake, family, friends, faculty, and staff. To the 2022 graduating class, it is an honor to be speaking with you on such an important day. Congratulations to all of you for your remarkable achievements in successfully getting to this point in your careers. It has taken hard work and real dedication on your part, coupled with the support of those closest to you. You are joining the profession at a remarkable point in time when models for healthcare delivery are rapidly changing and new discoveries and innovations in healthcare are occurring just as fast. There is one thing certain: you will all need to be lifelong learners to keep pace with changes. So there is no closing of the books thinking you are done. I am certain that Dr. Robert Flynn and his wife Irene, the founders of the Flynn Foundation, are smiling down on us here today on this very happy occasion. Throughout their lives, they were keenly interested in ensuring people across Arizona had access to the highest quality healthcare. They were known for having well-trained, This we know begins with having well-trained medical practitioners like you all. They would be proud to see the quality of graduates we have here in front of us today and witness the growth and impact of the College of Medicine Phoenix. Dr. Flynn spent almost half a century as a leading Arizonan physician, vast majority at St. Joseph's Hospital, now part of the Dignity Health System, located on 3rd Avenue and Thomas, just 3 miles north. Rising to the positions of chair of the Department of Cardiology and Electrocardiology and president of the medical staff. Throughout his life, he worked to ensure that the medical staff that he interacted with had the best medical education available and access to the latest and newest technology. He was a pioneer in electrocardiology with a keen interest in innovating to solve real problems, which at times presented some personal challenges. One he described in a letter to his Harvard classmates in 1968, noting, "I am about to be replaced as the electrocardiographer at my local hospital. Ironically, I am furnishing the funds with which to buy the novel contrivance. It is rather like being a spectator at your own funeral." However, Dr. Flynn was quite a character. Fortunately, this did not deter him. He remained active as president of the Maricopa Medical Society and the Arizona Medical Association, and helped found the Arizona chapters of the American College of Physicians and the American Heart Association. The point here is not to fear change, but embrace it, while keeping the patient front and center of mind, and that is the most important. Your training has provided you with many skills beyond the important capacity to effectively treat patients. You are researchers and entrepreneurs too. And we are lucky to live in a city and a state that truly does have a strong collaboration. Building on the rich history of collaboration, we're seeing the results of major investments in the bioscience, including more than $3.5 billion since 2009 within the city of Phoenix, and $600 million in the Phoenix Biomedical Core, which is downtown Phoenix. University of Arizona College of Medicine Phoenix is an integral part of the PBC, and quoting Dean Reed, PBC is a bold experiment, bringing together the three state universities, as well as the Translational Genomics Research Institute, TGEM, and soon University of Arizona Center for Advanced Molecular and Immunological Therapies, CAMI, all down here on 30 acres with numerous other institutions and companies. We also see stronger links emerging with the nearby world-class hospitals, medical research institutions, and new bioscience companies. This neighborhood we are now in has the highest concentration of research scientists and complementary research professionals in the region, dedicated to the relentless pursuit of cures and new diagnostics, from discovery to delivery. They have helped position Arizona in the top 5 of the nation's emerging life science markets, currently #1 growth for life science jobs. Building a rich, connected bioscience environment means that as problems are identified in clinical settings, you and your colleagues can more readily engage in thinking through how to solve problems and have access to lab spaces and resources. They develop prototypes, test ideas, and move on from there. Or connect seamlessly to academic research community, helping you answer questions that help you finding new solutions. While it is a very exciting time in Arizona, and we are delighted that 21 of you have found good residency here, many of you will leave the state for residencies across the country. For most parents, guardians, and faculty who've watched you develop over this time, this is a bittersweet moment. But being able to go and experience new places and learn is a gift. I know, and I've heard this from many people, you are the most supportive. So as you scatter, stay connected. The network we've built here is very special. Be a good ambassador for Arizona and the College of Medicine, and at some point in the future, we'd love to have you back in Arizona. We don't like to do biosciences and healthcare community that all of us are building together with high-quality jobs, a strong economy, will be here waiting. Very best wishes to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Riley, for those incredibly perceptive remarks about the future of bioscience. We'd like to award you this plaque in commemoration of your Now it's my pleasure to welcome Associate Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Stephanie Briney, to introduce the class of 2022 and begin the hooding ceremony. Dr. Briney.
Thank you, Dean Reed. I am honored to be here to participate in awarding these graduates with the designation of Doctor of Medicine. We are delighted to recognize the class of 2022. My distinguished colleagues, Dr. Katie Wright-Hillis, Dr. Laura Mercer, and Dr. Paul Stanley will do the honors of the graduates. As a reminder, the ceremony will be recorded in its entirety. It will be made available on the college's channel. Dean Bright? Oh, actually, sorry. I think come on up. Ahmed Alatar. Charlotte Archuleta. Danielle Arias. Michelle Arnold. Tyler Bien. John Broderick. Noor Bandaji. Megan Cadigan. Hong Chen. Stephanie Christensen. Paul Cronios. Rebecca Chen. Connor Clay. Anthony Conforti. Marion Dawson. Nicole Detheridge. German Dhaliwal. Alan Doan. Brittany Gerald. Julia Gehring. Jasmine Gill. Claire Grayson. Kelly Habib. Allison Hanson. Emir Kabudrangi. Haley Kiernan Uresieta. Harun Masood Kasana. Luke Lammers. Jesus Leva. Belle Kearney Lynn. Scott Litton. Brenna McElhaney. Christine May. Alex Milik. Joanne Nam. Joseph Neely. Brandon, no. Yep, Nguyen. Maya Patel. Michelle Peterson. Jessica Perkel. Cornell Popescu. Jordan Powell. Mary Beth Putz. Harold Austin Ricks. Kyle Rowe. Emily Ann Morgan Ronan. Jesus Sandoval Macias. Patrick Surratt. Melanie Schrader. Casey Jolie Cedillo. Megan Diane Sluga. Alec Smith. Catherine Claire Spencer. Corinne Marisa Spires. Connor Swenson. Amanda Tetro. Julie Tran. Blake William Traby. Allison Toucan. Valeria Vasquez. Selena Virgen. Brendan Warner. Christopher Wedwick. Nolan Weinstein. Luke Wolford. Christina Yancey. Robert Yang. Jordan Jurgensen. Richard Young. Sukina Zedi. Dean Bright, would you do the honor of presenting the class of 2020-22 for conferral of degrees?
With pleasure, Dean Briney. The doctorate is the highest degree conferred by any university. Among doctoral degrees, the Doctor of Medicine stands apart for the trust that society places in its recipients. This trust comes with responsibilities to always put their patients' best interests before their own, to contribute to their profession and junior colleagues, and to contribute through discovery and dissemination for the betterment of our society and humankind. We are immensely proud of the class of 2022. As students, they leave a legacy of involvement, and as physicians, they will shape a community of alumni. On behalf of the entire academic affairs team, it is my honor to present to you these candidates for the Doctor of Medicine degree from the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Phoenix. And on behalf of the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Phoenix, may I say, congratulations, graduates.
And now for the formal words for you to get the degree. Doctor of Medicine candidates, please rise for conferral of your degrees. Provost Folks, it is my distinct privilege to present to you the candidate who has satisfied the requirements for the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Phoenix, the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
By the authority vested in me by the Arizona Board of Regents, and acting on the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the Doctor of Medicine degree with all the attendant rights and responsibilities. Please accept my warm congratulations.
Since the inaugural oath of our first class of 2011, students from each class have composed their own oath as they began medical school to signify their commitment to the journey ahead. Consistent with the commitment you all made 4 years ago, we will ask you to restate your oath. Please begin stating this oath, led by class representatives Daniel Arias and Maya Patel.
Graduates, please rise. You're already standing.
Yes, they are. Yes,
Okay.
they are. Okay.
We, the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Phoenix, class of 2022, pledge to fulfill, to the best of our individual abilities and judgments, this oath. I pledge to serve humanity through the practice of medicine. I will uphold the sanctity of the patient-physician relationship. I will empower my patients by respecting their dignity, autonomy, and privacy. I vow to give my undivided attention and lend a compassionate ear to my patients and their families. I will remember that I do not treat a condition or a disease, but a fellow human being. I pledge to be an engaged leader in the community by inspiring a culture of empathy and striving to achieve health equity and justice. I will advocate for the right to health care for all and embrace diversity. I will recognize and address social injustices as a means to minimize healthcare disparities. I will remain humble and will not be ashamed to say, I know not. I vow to seek counsel from my colleagues and respect all members of the healthcare team. I will learn from the generations that came before me while pursuing innovation and engaging in lifelong learning. I will always appreciate the selfless support and sacrifice of my loved ones, seen or unseen. I vow to care for my mental, emotional, and physical well-being to sustain my resiliency. I vow to hold myself to the highest moral standards and forsake not my sacred duty nor my calling to this noble profession. We, the class of 2022, acknowledge the tremendous privilege and responsibility bestowed upon us as physicians and promise to uphold this oath.
Thank you, Dr. Arias and Dr. Patel. Thank you all for joining us today. This has been a wonderful and memorable occasion. As the last piece of commencement tradition, we will be led in the University of Arizona alma mater by the College of Medicine Phoenix Student Choir.
All hail Arizona, thy colors red and blue stand as a symbol of our love for you. All hail Arizona, to thee will there be true. We'll watch o'er and keep you. All hail.
Spectacular. This day would not be possible without the tremendous efforts of the Commencement Planning Committee. Special thanks to Dr. Annika Hutchinson, Kate Chartrand, Kelly Lynch, Adolfo Navarro, Aaron Sheets-Freeberger, Beth Smith, and all of our staff. We ask all of you in the audience to remain in your seats until the platform party, graduates, and faculty have recessed and left. But you may join these new physicians in the lobby after the recession. Please note we have a wonderful photo booth over there ready to capture the wonderful memories of today. And photographers will be stationed in the corridor. Congratulations, class of 2022.